Removing manifestation blockages. Victim mentality. A victim mentality is a mindset where an individual sees themselves as a perpetual victim of circumstances. Pause. So when we talk about perpetual victim of circumstances, that's when a person say, "Oh, I can't be successful because I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a this," and they list things with a negative perspective. I'm a woman. People won't respect me because this is a male dominated, or I'm black and all of my coworkers is white, or I don't have a degree, or I'm a this, I'm a that. Okay. Um, so this can be a learned behavior or a coping mechanism that was developed from trauma, resulting in feelings of hopelessness, helplessness, powerless. I'm adding words, reluctance to take personal responsibility. Individuals with this mindset may also complain frequently, have a negative outlook, and resist feedback. Okay, this is a person who feel like any feedback is a negative criticism, and they're very defensive. It's the reason why is because oftentimes they're emotionally driven, right? Think about people who stage frightened, or a person who's quote unquote shy. The reason why they're shy is because they're anticipating something negative, a negative response from people, places, and things in the environment. All right. So we are going to go on to the next slide in 1 second. But if you want, you can just take a moment to just browse over this slide for a second. Like I said, please take notes, pause the screen, screenshot if you got to, do whatever it is. Okay, so let's look at causes of a victim mentality, okay? First is to learn behavior, observing and internalizing victim-like behaviors from family members or other influential people. Oftentimes, when a child is a victim of domestic violence and they observe their parents as a victim, or even if the child isn't receiving physical, but, seeing other people can help develop this mentality, okay? Trauma and abuse, developing the victim mentality as a way to cope with past trauma, abuse, or instability. Okay, oftentimes people who go through abuse, especially early on in life, one, never have time to breathe, to process the grief or the abuse that they go through. And two, they never have the right tools or the right opportunities, like seeing a counselor, seeing a therapist, seeing a coach, etc. All right. Thirdly, childhood experiences. Overprotective or controlling parenting can lead to a child to feel a sense of helplessness and a tendency to blame others. One huge example that you will see is when a person always needs very detailed instructions, or they always very meticulous about how a person wants something done. The reason why is because when you're dealing with overparenting, when you're dealing with controlling people or controlling environment, especially when you're dealing with a child doesn't want to disappoint. A child's baseline emotional state is love, right? So when you have a child who's constantly being told that they're a disappointment, when you have a child that's constantly being criticized, being punished or beat, they develop a victim mentality, okay? So how are we going to cope with these things? Take responsibility, shift perspective, practice self-compassion, very key. Seek support, very key. Embrace change. Okay, instead of a fearing failure, embrace new experiences and challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. Okay, so when we're talking about practice self-compassion, this can be an example of embracing change. I believe this can be the number one foundational piece to embracing change, okay? And because it's dealing with your internal environment, what you think and what you feel about yourself. Okay, so recognize that this mindset is often a coping mechanism. All right. And from past trauma, and be kind to yourself as you work to change. Now, the last one I want to say is shift perspective. I feel like that directly feeds, and it really, really hits home when we're talking about shifting the perspective. Make a conscious effort, meaning that you say it and you do it. You walk it like you talk it. Make a conscious effort to change negative thought patterns and look for different interpretations of events. Now, this is very important because, yes, that person hit you. Yes, that person did this. Yes, that situation happened. But we don't have to hang our hat on that, right? Yes, sir, if it happened, but we can change perspective and say what? Say, I'm so happy I survived. I'm so happy I'm able to move forward. I'm so happy I'm able to blah, 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 right? And this is going to help not only heal you, but help you tap into love, help you tap into forgiveness, help you tap into whatever you need to be able to lift those heavy burdens off the mind, body, and spirit. All right. So peace, love, hope, and wealth. I'm out.